Welcome to The Know, I'm Ashley Jenkins, and we're going to start things off with a little bit of news about us because we can. If you happen to be a fan of Rooster Teeth and Hideo Kojima, you can get a dose of both at the same time at RTX Sydney in February because Kojima-san himself is going to be one of our special guests at the event. You'll have a chance to see Kojima in action on a panel hosted by Kinda Funny's Greg Miller, so if you were thinking of attending or already planning on it, now you've got even more reason. As if we weren't enough, right? We also wanted to thank all of you guys who participated in this weekend's extra live stream. In total, you guys helped raise $895,000 through donations and merch sales. That money raised after lots and lots of Rooster Teeth staff endured 24 hours of torture, all for the kids, is going directly to kids in need of medical care, and it's thanks to you guys. I can't tell you how much we appreciate it. But moving on to newsy news, Dishonored 2 launched last week to a buggy PC port and great reviews. Nice mix if you can get it, but so far early indications show that it might not be moving that many units at retail. UK retail monitor GfK Chart Track has Dishonored 2 failing to crack the top 3 in terms of sales last week. Not only that, but the firm also reports that sales of Dishonored 2 appear to be down 38% compared to the first game. Once again, we always need to make a couple of caveats. This is only looking at retail sales in the UK. However, it's a pretty big dip, and digital sales might not be making up quite that much difference. A quick glance at Steam charts reveals Dishonored 2 isn't even in the 25 top most played games and just barely beat Dishonored 1's highest concurrent player number, which was 22,000 versus 19,000. Meanwhile, Steam Spy is only reporting around 200,000 users total. Now, whether or not this is a reaction to Bethesda's new review policy remains to be seen, although the data typically shows gamers don't care that much about reviews as a buying mechanic. The game is averaging a 90 on Metacritic at the moment, so word of mouth may fuel this one to a longer tail. Hopefully like Titanfall 2, which will hopefully have a longer word of mouth tail. But, you know, people may also just be waiting for a price drop or a Steam sale or for Christmas. Things are not looking too hot for Ubisoft either, in more ways than one. Watch Dogs 2's multiplayer still broken at launch. They're fighting off a looming hostile takeover, and now they're being hit with accusations of insider trading. The Autorité des Marchés Financiers, or AMF, which regulates the French stock market, has accused some of Ubisoft's top brass, including Ubisoft Montreal CEO Yannis Mallat, of offloading stock before prices knowingly fell back in 2013. According to the AMF, the executives ditched their stock just before Ubisoft announced the delay of Watch Dogs and The Crew to 2014. And if you're unaware, that's called insider trading and it's illegal. I'm pretty sure Martha Stewart could tell you more. For its part, Ubisoft denies the allegations. There are going to be further proceedings on the matter later this month. I wonder how many of those shares were bought by Vivendi. This week marks the 10th anniversary of the infamous Sonic 06, but Sega may be looking back even further than that for one of their next video games. The company recently sent out a survey in Japan asking gamers which pre-2014 franchises they'd like to see Sega revive in the near future. That list would include House of the Dead, Jet Set Radio, Virtua Fighter, Shinobi, Afterburner, Golden Axe, Crazy Taxi, Sakura Wars, Knights, Panzer Dragoon, Virtua Cop. I mean, man, they've had a whole lot of great franchises they've left to die over the years, and plenty of other ones that they've kept alive but slowly killed. So, which is worse? Sega says they'll be collecting responses and announcing the results on a live stream they're doing later this week. So you could know the answer relatively soon, and who knows, maybe you'll actually see one of these games come back to life. Everyone wants Crazy Taxi. Oh, but also, you know what? A lot of those would be really good, so hopefully we can just be happy with any of them. Somehow, Nintendo didn't expect an affordable, super cute version of one of the most iconic consoles of all time, preloaded with 30 of the greatest games of all time, to sell well. I mean, who would? But that's exactly what happened because now nobody can grab an NES Classic due to the high demand. The console is sold out everywhere, leading to quite a few gripes on social media about its lack of availability, some of which are coming from executives at Microsoft. Microsoft Studios GM Shannon Loftus vented about the fact on Twitter, writing, "Irrationally angry at not being able to get the NES Classic. Come on, Nintendo, why would you short bake these?" If it makes you feel any better, Loftus, Xbox boss Phil Spencer got sent one, and so did we. In other Nintendo news, Super Mario Run, Nintendo's upcoming Endless Runner app, finally has a release date and a price. The game Nintendo is hoping to be the successor to Pokemon Go's Millions will be launching for free, so maybe only a little bit of millions, to everyone who wants to dip their toes in on December 15th. While the game will initially be free to play, there will also be a one-time upgrade fee of $9.99. There are 3 modes in Super Mario Run, which players will be able to try at no cost before deciding if they want to spring for the full edition. It'll be interesting to see, honestly, if this game matches or even surpasses Pokemon Go's viral launch, but some analysts are saying that Mario's brand cachet might be enough for it to become the biggest app of all time and Goomba stomp Pokemon Go altogether, but we'll find out for ourselves in 1 month's time. Pokemon Go did have something really special going for it, and that was the sort of social culture that sprung up around it. And that's really powerful. So we've had all kinds of reports about the falling out between Deadpool 2's creative leads, and now the Merc with the Mouth himself is speaking out about the issue. In a new interview with GQ, star Ryan Reynolds finally spoke about the departure of Deadpool director Tim Miller, saying, "All I can really add is that I'm sad to see him off the film. Tim's brilliant and nobody worked harder on Deadpool than he did." Reynolds also talked about the tension that ran high while making the first film, which often led to vaguely scary fights between himself, Miller, and the film's writers. Fortunately, he still says that creatively all of them still love each other, and most of that tension came from them simply caring very much about the project. Although in Hollywood, that's sometimes code for, "I hate that guy's guts." But we'll work together if we have to. It's Hollywood. Elsewhere in comic book movie news, it looks like the Guardians of the Galaxy are getting their very own Telltale game according to a new leak. The leak comes courtesy of the voice actors strike from SAG-AFTRA of all places. The website for the Actors Union posted a list of all the games by affected companies that are not currently struck. Games like Destiny, God of War, I-20, which is said to be the codename for Insomniac Games' Spider-Man project, and Skylanders. However, it also revealed a previously unannounced future game, the Guardians of the Galaxy by Telltale. The list itself doesn't specifically mention Telltale Studios, however. The Walking Dead Season 3 is also listed as coming from the same LLC, O'Farrell Enterprises. Once the news broke, SAG-AFTRA quickly edited the title of the game to Untitled Marvel Game. But look, the raccoon's already well out of the bag. We've known that in addition to the Batman series, Telltale also had a Marvel title in production for release sometime in 2017. And considering the next Guardians movie is also coming out in 2017, May is looking for a very likely release window because of, synergy and stuff. Executives love synergy. Now, moving over to the tech world, but still kind of connected to Disney and Marvel and all that, it looks like Twitter may be making some massive changes to their platform after Disney passed on purchasing the company. Twitter has now rolled out a series of updates that are meant to curb online harassment. How long has this company been around? They launched in, 2007? Great work. Working real fast. Users will be able to mute entire conversation threads, use filters to mute specific phrases and hashtags, and better report poor conduct so we can have even more of an echo chamber. This comes months after rumors that Disney was closing in on making an offer to buy Twitter, only to decline in the late stages because of Twitter's troll problem. We'll see if these new changes lead to renewed discussions between the two companies or if it's too little too late. Well, that about does it for today's roundup. Let us know what you think of all these stories in the comments below. And for more news from every corner of the internet, like this video and subscribe to The Know. The Autorité des Marchés Financiers... God damn it! Okay. The Autorité des Marchés Financiers, or AMF, which regulates the French stock market, has accused some of Ubisoft's top brass, including Ubisoft Montreal,